Guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Tony. You're watching Tech with Tony channel. So today, as I mentioned in my previous tutorial, I mentioned that we're gonna handle this request body of the post HTTP methods and put methods, right? So, so the same annotations which we use for the request parameters and path variables, we can use the same annotations, but not as a the arguments of method. It's supposed to be some model class. So for that we but the post and put, we already created a person model class previously. So for those person class, I just added all annotations which you are familiar, like not empty size, right? And not empty size again. This is something, it's very new for you. So, in previously, if you guys are very familiar with the core Java, to validate the email for the person, we used to do some regular expression. But whereas when it comes to the Spring Boot, they came up with the annotations called at the rate email. You can see that at the rate email, right? So this at the rate email, it's doing all the process for us, like what kind of emails, what is the format of email. It knows very well, like to how to handle this email kind of parameters. Okay, so this is pretty useful. So in a real time, so that's the reason I just put this annotation for your information at the rate email. Right, well, this is to fair. Like we just have one model class having all the annotations on top of these variables. Since we are using Lombok, we are not, we're not creating any setters and getters over here, right? Right. Let's jump now. Now, what we should use it? And so we already have all these request board and everything in my previous sessions. I showed you that how I created this person post and put body request. If you're not not familiar or you didn't watch my videos, just go back to the videos and watch it again. Apart from this, as you know, we should, if you wanted to validate it, we should use the annotations called validated on top of the controller class, as well as like we should be using, apart from request part annotation, we should be using at the rate valid. At the rate valid, since we are not passing our validations, we cannot pass the validations for the Java object. We are saying the Spring Boot use at the rate valid. Then what Spring does is like it jump backs to this model class, check for all the annotations, validation annotations, and it will do the necessary job for us. Right. So this is all about like okay, we have exception handler, we have constraint violation exception. This is something we used for the get request params and path variables, right? So let's see whether it will be reused for this post and put. And let's see that. Let me hit it again. Hmm. You see, this is something I'm not getting any values over here. I mean, I'm not getting any proper error response here, but I'm getting 400 bad requests over here. That means we are getting a bad request, but we are not able to display what exactly mistake for on this, JSON body request, right? So we are not, I mean, we are not saying our Spring Boot application is not able to handle that and not able to show that what exactly the mistake in this request. So let's see if anything in the console. Okay, user in the console level, we have something. Yeah, it's giving something like exception called method argument not valid exception, but in our exception interceptor, we are only validating the constraint violation exception. We are not handling the method argument not valid exception. And if you go towards your right side, argument 0, argument 0. What is saying it's like it's let's go move on. First name, rejected value, TCI. What is the message? Says hope you guys are able to see this, and the message says first name should have at least 5 characters. Yes, we're getting there, but in order to bring that into our Postman response level, JSON response level, we should do something. Otherwise, we can only see at the console level. So how we can do that, right? So the thing is like if I add it over here, this is exception handler, exception interceptor, but it's not going to work it out as we accepted. We ended up with some issues by adding like this exception directly in the interceptor class which we created. So for that, what I did was like I just you know yeah, one second. So for that, what I did was like I have it methods something with method argument not valid exception. So let me import it. Since I told you the shortcut for Mac OS, it's Shift Command O. For Windows, it is Control Shift O to import automatic importations, package importations. Okay, so I'm handling this method argument not valid exception. The reason I'm not able to use it in the method argument exception is like this response entity exception handler already having that method called method argument not valid exception. But if you use it again in the same class, so you can try out and you can try and just give me the comments on what exception you're getting. For now, just added this level. So I'm just handling this whenever I get the exception, like with the method argument not valid exception. So my Spring Boot will catch that since I had added it with the exception handler. And it simply says like what are the exception I got on that field and message. The field it display the field and the message for the particular field. What is the validation message for the particular field? So we can get that in Postman now. Let's see. Yes. You see this first name. First name should have at least 5 characters, right? And let me modify the email. Yeah, it's appended that email must be well-formed email address. And what are the validations we have it at the person model class? Let's see. First name, last name also we have something like at least 5. So I'll keep 1 2 characters. Yes, for the address we don't have any validation. Since we don't have any validations, I can remove it, I guess. Let's see. Yes, I'm able to remove because there is no validation on top of address field. Yeah. So hope you guys like understood like how we are validating like the two things. When you have a controller, just use this annotation code at the rate valid on top of the controller class. Just put the at the rate validated. And since we will get this method argument not valid exceptions when you are validating the request body, so you have to have that exception handler in your controller class, or else like you can handle it in any separate class also if you want. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Saturday today for me, and happy weekend to everyone. Keep watching my channel, encourage me, and if you have any doubts, you can put me in the comment section and click the bell icon so that you will get the notification when I upload the video. In our next tutorial, so we're going to talk about like properties. Like Spring Boot is very much interested with the properties. Since we have application dot properties, we only have a port number change 9001. This is what we have talk about. We talked already in our first session. Just do watch the first session video if you have a doubts on the application properties. So in a real time like scenarios, how we will have it is like we will be having multiples of environments like development, production, SIT, UAT like that. So each environment should have a different level of property. It's not sure. I would say that they should have the different values of the property because say for example, production is connecting to some other database. all the way like that. Those database details are different from development environment. So how do we manage all these properties, and how do we define these properties in Spring Boot application? And of course, since you are defining a properties, how you are getting those properties into our Java classes in Spring Boot. All the stuff I will discuss in my next session. Yeah. So later, then we can jump onto the other sessions of the Spring Boot. Keep watching, and thanks for the thanks for everything like you're watching, and my videos. Just give me in the comment section if you need, and this repo I just giving in the description box. You can get it, the repo details, GitHub repository details, and the document also is presented in the docs folder of this. When you jump onto the GitHub repository, you can go to the docs folder and you get this document. Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for watching my videos. See you all in the next section. Thank you.